What is reality? I once had that question posed to me a couple of years ago. Someone asked me, what is reality? And at the time, I didn't really have an answer I could verbally articulate because I've read all these books. I've done all of this study. I've learned about energy, vibration, frequency. I learned all kinds of spiritual concepts, but that one question wasn't one that I could answer. I didn't really work on that answer, so to speak. I moved on, and my encounters with spiritual information and spiritual experience has brought to mind what I had known many years ago. I wrote an article on a website that I host, and I described the nature of reality. But I had described it from a spiritual standpoint rather than a total standpoint. So what I mean by that is, at the time I wrote this article, I was deeply into Christianity. And in some of my studies in Christianity, I had come to understand certain aspects about creation from the standpoint of how Christianity describes creation. And I was attempting to reconcile that understanding of the story of creation through Christianity with what science has described to be the unfolding of creation. And so I'm not talking about the Big Bang or Big Bang theories, but I'm talking about how science is able to identify the elements of reality that we experience with our flesh and with our blood. So we're able to touch things. We're able to hold things. We're able to smell and see and hear and feel. And this defines what our reality experience is, but experience of reality is not the same as describing reality, right? We exist in a world where we do very well to describe things in very concrete terms, tangible terms, things that you can see, feel, hear, and touch. So when we talk about spirituality, when we talk about consciousness, those are things that are largely outside of the tangible experience. Those are things that are outside of the physical experience of hot and cold, of this tastes good or this tastes bad, or this particular fabric is itchy, or so on and so forth, right? Okay, so where does that take us with reality? Well, when science is able to take anything that you can observe and break it down into its fundamental elements, most of us, when we have learned about that, we've learned about it from the standpoint of atoms and molecules and subatomic particles. And in that breakdown is the answer to what we are describing as reality. Reality is not atoms, and it's not particles, and it's not any of those things. But reality is the fundamental things that make up those things. So when we put it all together and we look at how the atoms and the subatomic particles all manifest, and operate, it operates on this principle of energy. So no matter which direction you look, you end up coming back to energy at the microscopic level, the sub-microscopic level, and the macro level. You come back to energy. People, animals, plants, and all things biological deal with this mechanism we call food, this concept of food, to extract energy to live. And when we are building machines like cars and planes, in order for them to work, they need energy to operate. Computers need energy to operate. The human mind is a phenomena from the brain, and the brain itself requires energy. With insufficient energy, the brain doesn't go. And with insufficient energy, the body eventually goes into what we describe as death. So life springs from energy. So when we talk about vibration and frequency, vibration is either an aspect of energy or a producer of energy. It's one of those things. The science on that is inconclusive. But what we can say is that vibration and energy is reality. Vibration and energy is reality. The total sum of reality is based on vibration energy. So I can now answer this question of what is reality. Reality is vibration, frequency, and energy. So Nikola Tesla pointed the way to that in his description last century. And the ancient texts talk about this in many ways, where we talk about Qi, Prana, Qigong, and the like. Vibration, energy, and frequency. And so you don't actually have to look at all three. You can actually just go to energy itself. And so energy is the driver of vibration, the driver of frequency. And so when we think about how we can move through reality and manifest, how we can go to a meta level in our brain, meta level in our mind, meta, how we can go above what we think, go above what we perceive, go above this reality. The gateway to that is the management of energy. The ability to manage energy in a variety of ways goes hand in hand with manipulating the reality, manipulating your reality, manipulating the total reality. It is, at the end of the day, energy control. The extent to which you can control your energy, channel your energy, whether you do that explicitly through conscious effort in the thoughts or through intuition or instinct, that determines everything. And so you can be in a room with people and it's not so much your words, it's your energy. Your energy determines the majority of what's going to take place. You could be in a situation that doesn't involve people. And what you will see is that, let's say you're driving and your tire goes out, or you end up stranded on the road somewhere, or you're out somewhere and you're just trying to use an ATM or whatever it is. How your day goes, whether it's a good day or a bad day, or if you had a good day, but at that moment where you have a little bit of catastrophe, as they might say, then how you perceive the rest of that day is based on how you are able to manage that energy within you. So now we can take a leap beyond certain quotes such as, don't let other people get you down, and, don't worry about what's going on outside of you, or, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me, where in fact words can actually hurt you much worse than a broken bone. And if you're able to control the energy within you in response to, or in alignment with, or in harmony with the energies that you are interacting with, the energies outside of you, if you can manage the energies within you, then you are on your way to a living experience of deity in this reality.